against all the evil that hell can conjure, all the wickedness that mankind can produce, we will send unto them only you. Rip and tear until it is done.
During every video game generation, there are a select handful of titles that are released that are not the first of their kind, but, quite frankly, they redefine the genres they're released in, and they do it the best. They do it better than anything else that have come before them. They redefine the genre, and they pave way for the games to come forward and introduce new features, techniques, and redefine the style for developers to come. At the height of a global pandemic, id Software released one of the games that, while not necessarily receiving universal acclaim, it reinforced the idea that you needed to
get good.
Doom Eternal released, and whether or not you liked the Marauder, or you can fart on him successfully, it is absolutely undeniable that it is a game that generations to come will go back to and be able to play time and time again and be able to enjoy the craftsmanship behind the combat puzzles and also enjoy the high-speed techniques that are needed to utilize the combat systems and to win. The problem with Doom in general, however, is that the merchandise that is available is not reflective of the quality of this juggernaut of a franchise that has been around for more than now 10,000 days. In today's day and age, we do have the ability to make fantastic statues, prop replicas, and even super deformed vinyl collectibles which replicate in-game figures that even Doom Guy has himself, the mega nerd that he is and has up on his shelf. Though we've been able to get some figures of our hero, we haven't gotten the best of the best. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Steven here, and welcome to the Figures We Need. SH Figuarts, Doomslayer. Doomslayer needs a great figure, and Tamashii Nations is the one to do him justice. Why? If you look at their history, they've basically already nailed characters like him. He's a human in a suit of armor. And when we think of armor, it's close to a robot. And when you think of robots, that's Bandai's bread and butter. And what's more, they've worked on Doomslayer's cousin. Tamashii Nations has made Gypsy Danger, designed by the man himself, Hugo Martin. Yep, Hugo did, at least there were a couple of revisions down the line, but had his hand in designing Gypsy, and he is the creative director of Doom Eternal. He's also a super nerd.
Oh, by the way, I have to fix this because last week I said this was Ed 209, and
who is it?
I did that on purpose. That was just like a little nerd test, just to see how many of you would contact me and let me know that was wrong.
He likes Warhammer, Gunpla.
And then what I hope to do is spend finally the moment. We're gonna give the Warhammer stuff a little bit of a break. So I'm gonna be honest about the Warhammer stuff. I love it a lot.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the butt.
Sure.
The brush is too small. Like we're gonna build them. We're making our way through that stuff.
Okay.
But like I needed to pause because it was really kind of frustrating me, and I also don't have a process down yet. So like go ahead and send me a link to whatever process video you have to recommend how to paint these friggin' things. A good old Gundam kit that I've wanted to build from the 00 series. Not the biggest Gundam fan. Like I love Gundam. Yeah. I'm a mech fanatic, but like I didn't watch all the series all the time. Of course I respected Gundam, like who doesn't? But like I actually got into 00 series. Quick story during working on Pacific Rim, little project name drop there.
Talked about Godzilla collectibles on his live stream of his Doom Eternal playthrough. So hey, Bandai, he may not be the guy to go to because he doesn't necessarily have the final say, but he can absolutely reach out to marketing. So now let's talk about the figure. Obviously, we know the articulation. Shoulder pads on ball joints to prevent hindered movement, double hinged elbows, knees, forearm swivels, ankle rockers. We know the SH Figuarts standard, but let's up the ante. die-cast boots to give the figure stability and weight, along with a translucent visor part with details for Doomguy's face underneath. His blade retracts in increments so it doesn't slide out willy-nilly. And whatever else they can think of. Bandai's pretty creative. Now, we need to talk about accessories. He has an arsenal, but we need to be realistic to hit the $60 to $80 price tag. He's going to come with his fists and splayed hands, and his hands to hold his weapons. He'll come with an appropriate flame belch part for the equipment launcher, which should be easy to make.
I've completed the redesign of your equipment launcher. The flame belch is now ready for your approval.
Doom Eternal introduced quite a few staples now to the Doom franchise, which I would believe we'll see again in the future, and there's going to be another one that should come along with it. The Blood Punch. This can be done easily. Think of the Robot Spirits Ava Unit 01's AT Field. One of the best new tools for Eternal, the Blood Punch, it's an absolute must. Now, the combat shotgun. It's a classic weapon, so he has to come with it. And of course, he's going to have to come with a rotating barrel for his combat shotgun, because he's going to be using the full auto mod. The chainsaw is iconic for the franchise, and it's a staple for the game as well. A rotating saw a la the SH Monster Arts Gigan would be easy to achieve here. Speaking of iconic, the last accessory here to think of, the plasma rifle. One of the first looks at it at the game shows our hero taking the iconic gun before entering the arena when we first saw gameplay for Doom Eternal.
Slayer has entered the facility. Warning, BFG 10,000 is firing.
Now, here's the issue. There's a lot missing here. So how do we fix it? There are plenty of weapons, plenty of effects. How do we make everyone happy? SH Figuarts Rip and Tear set. The Doom Slayer's accessory set includes extra weapons retailing at a premium for additional features. It includes the Super Shotgun with not only reloading action, but a meat hook that attaches to the shotgun. And included with that is a chain that, one way, whether or not it's going to be magnets or just fits into some of the joints for another one, it plugs into the shotgun and it attaches to the target. Next, Doomslayer, Doom Guy, pretty iconic. You can get him on his own if you haven't played Eternal. But if you are, if you have the Super Shotgun, you need the Ballista. It just makes sense to switch between the two. It'll also come with a red laser effect that you can plug into the Ballista to make it look like it's firing. In the Great Halls of Taurus Nabad, even though it ultimately gets broken off in the head of the Icon of Sin, he'll get retracted and full Crucible. And a demonic one. Why? For fun. For fun. Finally, it's Doom. If we're going to have a Doom release, we need it. Doomslayer needs his big gun. It comes with a green LED to light up the gun, along with a big green ball with tendrils, maybe just 4, to make it look like he's shooting it, and it's killing everything in its way. This would come with a stand support for all of these, of course. Price? Well, hopefully it would be the same amount as Doomslayer since these are premium accessories, but quite frankly, I think I've made everybody happy with this, so go nuts. And there you have it, Bandai. No royalties needed. Take the idea and go with it. Just make some awesome figures. The road for an awesome Doomslayer for you is there, with plenty of repaint or basic resculpt options being there, with tons of demons being possible. Archvile, Mancubus, Imp, Marauder. It's your turn now. And with that, that wraps up the first installment of the figures we need. I do hope that you enjoyed this, and if you have any ideas you'd like to see for some future installments, please drop a comment down below and let me know your thoughts, because I'd like to make some more of these. Research will need to be done, and I will have to dig into some properties I am not very well versed on, but hey, I am willing to do anything if I'm able to see some really good feedback. As usual, I would like to thank all of the patrons who do help out, because these sort of one-off videos or new ideas, I'm able to do them because without that support, these videos are risky and I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive the algorithm without them. So thank you so very much for your monthly support. Of course, here's going to be the end card, so this way you can check out some other videos that I have, which sometimes the algorithm kicks in and shows you a different one, and also some links to social media and fun stuff you can click on. Thank you again for watching. Rip and tear. I'll see you in the next video.